Entomophobia, insectophobia, lepidopterophobia, insecticide, very similar phobias, basically meaning the fear of bugs, which is the theme for this rogue-lite bullet hell I'm making. Bugs, you know, those little fellas, like this guy. They're everywhere. They're in the sky, they're on the ground, they're on the water, they're in the water, some might even be in you. I can't actually show you that. But anyways, Entomophobia is wishlistable on Steam now. Please wishlist it, please. Welcome to Devlog 1. I started out by making some placeholder bugs and a first edition RON, and I put them into Unity. Then I spent a little while figuring out how to code, and I wrote this script to spawn the bugs at various points around the screen. And it worked, which is good considering that I had none to very little code knowledge before this day, as I was never the coder in the games that I worked on. I was the artiste. I mean, look at that art. Wow, and this art. Epic. I then made the spawned enemies move towards the player. Took me about 15 minutes to figure out how to make the enemies damage and slow the player, but I got this. The player will both take damage on contact based off the enemy's damage that was set in the prefab, and get slowed currently to the hard-coded speed of 2. Next I created the first weapon and Ron's main weapon, the Fly Swatter. The weapons in this game will be of 2 categories, automatic and player-controlled. The Fly Swatter being an automatic weapon, smacking in 4 diagonals of the player. It was a little off the timing with one of the animations getting called, but it still works. I next added the second weapon, the Bug Spray. This is the code for the damage it does to the enemies. Although there is no graphic for it yet, I got debugs to show it's still doing what it's supposed to. This is the projectile that will get thrown. I did some code for it to spawn and move. It kind of worked, but was instead spawning at the original bottle, so I made it spawn at the player. Then I made a quick little grass tile and made the enemies flip horizontally to face towards the player. I drew some gas particle sprites, which were used to create both a death and gas grenade particle system. I created and animated what I call goop, which will be the thing you gain XP from when you pick it up. I made shells, which are the gold of this game, and I made them both get picked up. And you can see I also added a health bar, timer for time survived, and kill counter to the game. Then I coded for some of the enemies to drop goop and a smaller chance for them to drop shells. I added an XP bar that goes up as you collect more goop. This is what the game looked like at the end of day 1 of working on it. Thanks for watching, and please wishlist Entomophobia on Steam.